Well, that zoomed in. All right. Hello and welcome to another kind of review from Rickydees Productions. I guess that's what I'm calling them. This is my second review. Demolition was the first one. I just watched. Yep, shitty video quality. We just watched Hardcore Henry.
Yeah.
Now, it's a very interesting movie. I wouldn't say a good. Okay, I don't want to say it's a bad movie.
It is what it is.
Let me go over some things that I think are pretty good about it. So, if you go into this with the right mindset of, hey, this isn't something I'm going to be emotionally involved in, or I'm not going to give a fuck about the characters. I literally just want to see this cool, the action, basically. The action is actually pretty nice. Yeah. Like, it's like, oh, that was freaking awesome when he, does this and this. But there's absolutely no emotional stuff inside of this. They try to make a friendship between two of the characters, and the friendship really doesn't begin until the guy says, "I thought you were my friend." Before that, there was absolutely no connection between them other than, "Hey, who the fuck are you?" Yeah. So, I mean, the action was really awesome. The first person view was kind of interesting. We saw it in D-Box. So the D-Box is where it like moves around. I thought that was this is my first time actually going to D-Box, so it's a little different. I thought it was interesting that they moved around whenever he was moving. So like if he went like this, the seat would lean like that. And I was like, oh.
It would follow his head motion.
Yeah, follow his head motion. So, I thought that was kind of okay. The vibrations were really cool, and some of the moves did actually match and made the experience a little bit better. I wouldn't say we watched it in a matinee. I wouldn't watch it. I think I wouldn't watch it in full price for that if you go to D-Box.
Well, we did.
It's definitely, I'd go. We did watch it in a matinee.
We did?
Yes. I'd say if you're gonna go watch it, just make sure you know what you're going into. It's not like this movie, and you're probably gonna forget about it actually after a while. But I think it's still kind of cool. I've never seen a first-person movie before, so that was an interesting kind of twist on things.
If you've seen a Call of Duty trailer, that's pretty much it, but with a little bit worse choreography.
It was definitely I thought of it as a video game. I was like, is this a video game? At the very end, when you see the boss fight, there's a literal boss fight. And the way he gets to him, I laughed out loud. That was just definitely, that was just something you would do in a video game. There's also the Force, by the way, in this movie, so.
They don't explain how it works.
It's just like, nope, people just have superpowers. Okay. There's also androids and all this. There's VR, Yeah. One other thing I want to mention about it is I thought the music decisions at some points were really weird. I had some really weird conflicts between, I felt like they were kind of going for this mood, but then they have this music in there and it's like, what the hell is going on? They did have awesome music for the before boss fight where he was fighting a lot of people.
It's Queen. You can't go wrong with Queen.
It's Queen. It's awesome Queen. I think it's in the trailer actually, that music, and I feel like it was just funny. There's also like this huge, you'll see it. There's at the boss fight there's this package that he can pick up, and it's like, oh, so that's another thing for the video game logic there. It's just, let me just pick that up, There's one more thing. Oh God, I forgot what I was saying. There's also this weird decision made in the movie, and I kind of understand why it was, because I watched a little bit of a commentary on this. The main actor does not talk. He says like one line the whole movie. You also only see his face one time. Now the reason I think this happened is because they actually did use different actors and, people doing the stunts. So there was different stuntmen, throughout the movie. So I guess that's why they didn't use a voice, but they could use a voice actor. I don't know, because you never see his voice anyways, or his face. So I thought that was interesting. It really made for, there's not really a connection. I feel that's where I felt like there should have been more of a connection between me as this person, and it's like having me having no voice, kind of separated. Also, whenever he gets hit really hard, there's these like camera breaks, and it gets explained, but I hated that they did that because it took me out of the movie personally, and I thought that was really stupid. One last thing, there's a after credits scene. We actually missed it. We were walking out, and it just like started, and we had to run back there, and it was gone by the time. So just stay until the credits are done, because there might be even a secondary. They're going for a sequel, Hardcore Henry 2, even though
YouTube edition.
The Force Awakens. All right, yeah, check it out. Just make sure if you want to go watch it probably matinee. I don't feel like it's worth a full price ticket. It's also really short. And just don't go with it like when you go with like friends and you don't really care what you're gonna go watch. Lower expectations. Just don't expect too much from it, and just accept it for what it is, and you'll have a really great time. Anyways, catch you in the next one. Hope you hate these reviews. I'll catch you in the next one. Next one.